everyone doing tonight? Now let me make some changes real fast. So I hope everyone's doing well here tonight. Oh, good grief. My computer is having major issues connecting. I run everything through a Wi-Fi. So I'm having to kind of work everything in right now. So while that's going on, I'm just going to go to this mode and just kind of trim it down just a bit so I can see everybody's comments and everything, and just to kind of go over new season is upon us here, 2019, with MLB The Show 18. Got done with the 2018 season, and we are currently in pre-season spring training, as we do have some we got some guys to work through the lineup here and everything else to do here tonight. So far our lineup is going to be Byron Buxton in center field, Zach Granite, two guys who can really steal bases really well, and then Harmon Killebrew, Miguel Sano, Peter Ikeda in the bat. Not as, he's got some decent contact ability and a good bit of power, so he can really hit the ball. But he's still young, so we're still working with him. And then Brock Stassi, he's normally a first baseman and also plays left field, but he's going DH for us here today. He actually came up with Philadelphia in 2017, was not signed. Well, he didn't. He was in AAA last season. Kepler in right field, Jorge Polanco at short, and then new second baseman Danny Espinoza, who came up with Washington, traded from Washington to the Yankees, and then played for the Yankees last season. Hit 4 home runs, 29 RBIs, 7 stolen bases, and so we actually were able to nab him in free agency. And he also plays third base and shortstop, so kind of a do everything type of guy. And then on the bench we have Christian Colon, Danny Santana, who's got some decent speed. He can also play second, third, short, left field, right field, with also playing center field. We signed veteran Adrian Gonzalez at first base. He's 36 years old, has had quite a career. Started out with Texas, then a good run with San Diego, 1 year with Boston, traded to the Dodgers, and then was with the Mets last season in 2018, and now 2019 he's playing for us, the Twins, so we're hoping that he'll fit in well with us. Ty Kelly, of course, our backup catcher Mitch Garver, Area Adrianza, and then Kyle Blake at third base. He is a up-and-coming rookie, and we're hoping to see lots of good stuff from this young man. Hopefully he can be just as good as Sano. And then Jason Castro. And then Castro also backing up catching responsibilities here today. So, yeah, and then our pitching rotation, Barrios, Arduzzi, Pinata, Irvin Santana, Henderson, Alvarez, and then you have Gibson, Mejia, Phil Hughes, Jorge, Felix Ore, and then Aaron Sleggers, Dietrich Enns, and then Hildenberger, Addison Reed, Taylor Rogers, and then our closer Bruce Sutter with Trevor May, Duffy, and Zach Duke, Wade LeBlanc, Ryan Presley, and Alan Buchanetz, Michael Brady, and Gabriel Moya, rounding out the bottom end of the lineup here. So, yes, we are expecting lots of good things from these guys here today. So we'll go ahead and get the Grapefruit League going here. We're going to play in Baseball City, Florida for this game. Hey, between you have two boys who just don't want to go to bed. always fun there. So Barrios is going to start for us here today. He's a young kid, and we are going to be playing some MLB The Show 18. We're in the 2019 season, so we're hoping to do well here today. And hopefully my computer, which is currently not connecting to the Wi-Fi right now, so hopefully it will connect. That way I can go to
afternoon baseball here on the show. Today, a spring training matchup.
Okay, we are going to kill him. Literally kill him.
Hey everyone, I'm Dan Plesac and welcome to MLB The Show.
Alright, so everything else should be good. Alright. Let's see. So the Twins against the Boston Red Sox here today, Baseball City, Florida. Red Sox going to be the home team for the start of the 2019 season. So Chris Sale is going to start the game today against Jose Barrios. And we hope for a good season here. Byron Buxton, Zach Granite, Harmon Killebrew, Miguel Sano, Peter Ikeda up behind the plate, and so on, so on, so on. There's Chris Sale, went 16-7 last season, 33 starts. Okay, you're just killing me in my ear. Okay, so we're just going to kill them all together. So Chris Sale, 33 starts last season, really did well. I gotta give him that. 16-7 on the season. Got his team into the postseason. Lost to the Houston Astros in the playoffs. And there is the lineup. Doby playing center and Boots and company. And just real fast, we're going to give y'all a quick. See, Nunez at third, Bogarts at short, Martinez DHing, Ramirez at first, Betts at right, Doby in center, Benintendi in left, Pedroia at second, and Swire behind the plate. So here's Byron Buxton, and this kid is really unbelievable. And, well, he just missed getting a double there. So very nice spring afternoon, 76 degrees here in Florida. Officially not quite the start of baseball. And Chris Sale gets Buxton on a slider. And here's Zach Granite. He spent some time last season in AAA. And there's a ball downstairs with a slider. And Ed Drummond behind the plate. Washington, Hendricks, and Keller first, second, and third. And nice ground ball to short. And there's two away. So good little pop there with the bat, but grounds out two away, and here is Harmon Killebrew. Had a very good season last season for the Twins. The only player on the Twins that does not use batting gloves. So ball 2-2 count. And boy, that was a ripped shot there, and nice play by the shortstop. 1-2-3 inning. have to figure that out later. Alright, so we're just going to go without the laptop here tonight. So Jose Barrios, 17 starts last season, 8-4 record, 81 strikeouts, 35 walks. So he can throw the ball well. So 8-4 season last season, so I wouldn't say it was too bad. Killebrew, Adrianza, Polanco, Sano, Granite, Buxton, and Kepler in the outfield. And here is Eduardo Nunez, as he is going to lead it off. And oh, that is out of here. Jumped on the first pitch, or the third pitch of the game. And Eduardo Nunez, his first home run, 420 feet. And that ball was tagged out of here. Boy, he put some mustard on that one. Yep. OMG, oh my goodness. And here is Alexander Bogaerts. Ooh, nice little hook with the curve. And got him with the changeup. Boy, that's just nasty stuff there. So one away.
Batting third, designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
And here's J.D. Martinez. That one.
Batting fourth, first baseman, Hanley Ramirez.
Alright, so here's Hanley Ramirez. And a 1-1 count. And a foul ball. And another foul ball. Ooh, there's a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to make sure he can't get turned on the pitch. Ooh. And threw the fastball past him. So 1, 2, 3 innings. So good rally there. But Eduardo Nunez with the solo jack. And it is 1-0 Red Sox here 2019. And here's Miguel Sano. So big boy. And Sano sends this deep, but just not quite deep enough. And there's one away. And here's young rookie Peter Ikeda. He's got some good pop to the bat. As he will be taking over the responsibilities of catching. And he's hoping this postseason he's hoping this spring training will help. And there's 2 away. So Chris Sale right now is
Designated hitter, Rock Stassen.
cruising along here right now. And there's a slider for Brock Stassi. So a lot of young faces with this team this year. And there's the ball downstairs. Now if you're wondering why you don't see Brian Dozier on the lineup card, because he decided to call it not call it a career, but he is off and running to Milwaukee, where he signed a massive 6-year deal. We offered him 5, and he took the 6 years in Milwaukee. And we did lose the services of Joe Mauer, just like in real life. He called it quits at the end of this year. He called it quits at the end of last season. So 15 years in the bigs. And Polanco! That is out of here! And that ball was gone, buddy. Yeah, I saw on the feed that he said he was going to make the announcement in the Minnesota paper tomorrow. Yep, hello and goodbye. So Jorge Polanco gets the Twins on the board. That's Chris Sale trying to sneak that fastball there, and just like Eduardo Nunez, well, there was no doubt about that one. Well, we can get some timely hitting just like that this season, boy. Look out. And here is Max Kepler. And Kepler, oh my goodness, he's going to be running for a while. And he'll probably end up with a triple, and he will. So nice job there.
Batting ninth, second baseman, Adriano.
No heck of a try there for center field. Oh yeah, I think that would be really cool if he would do that. So Adrianza will take over at second base for the departing Brian Dozier, as Dozier decided to take his talents to Milwaukee, as he hit 23 home runs for us last season. And we were in the hunt most of the season for that wild card spot, and then we just could not catch a break. And this ball is, oh my goodness. I tell you, Adrianza, a nice double there. Another run in. It's 3-1 Twins. And Boston may be just in a little bit of trouble here. I thought for a minute that thing was going to get out, but then when he started slowing up, Benintendi, and here is Buxton. Well, you don't want him on the base. Oh, there's a strike with a two-seamer. So 37 pitches already, and he's already in the second inning. And there's ball 4. So now you got decent speed at second base. You got blistering speed at first base.
Left fielder, Zach Granite.
And here's Zach Granite, 0 for 1, as he grounded out last time. And he inherits a 1-2 count. And Granite not going to get there. That's going to get Buxton over to third. So 4-1. My goodness, the Twins did not stay down for very long.
First baseman number 3, Armin Killebrew.
So here is the big hitter, Harmon Killebrew. I tell you, he was the spark plug for this team last year. 30 plus home runs last season. Led the team in RBIs. Okay. Good night. Good night. Alright. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Ooh, boy. Right there at the line, it's now 3-1. I'm sure Sale's thinking, what do I have to do? And, whoo, look out, base runner. And Killebrew just killed it. As it is now 6-1. And boy, did he just rip that one 442 feet. And it's 7-1, and it's only the second inning here, and we still got to get through. Yes, crush time indeed. Well, he killed that one. And he enjoyed watching it too. And here's Miguel Sano. No, with nobody on base, everybody shifts over to the left. Oh boy, Miguel, come on. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sano. And ground ball, but foul. So hopefully he gets another good set of pitches here. And there's a ball, 2-2. Of course, they'll think, well, he chased the first one up there. Maybe he'll go for it again. Oh, and no, he didn't. So full count. Boy, Miguel went from 1-2 to 3-2 now. And that is gone. Hello, goodbye. As Sano, his first home run of the spring. And no doubt that was crushed.
Now pitching for the Red Sox.
And that is going to do it for Chris Sale, as he definitely not the best start for him. So here's Ronias Elias. 12 games last year, 1-0 record. And Stephen Wright is already up in the bullpen. And shifted right to the right side. And there's out number 3. Yeah, it is a very good thing that nobody is parking out there. Alright, so here is Mookie Betts leading this inning off. Hey, Mr. Sneaky, what's going on, my friend? Thank you. I appreciate that. Makes all the hard work I do that much better when I get comments like that. I certainly do appreciate it. And there's a foul ball. Whew. I tell you, he is just wicked with that curveball.
Center fielder, Larry Doby.
Boy, if he can really get that curve working, so to say, well. And if he can get that curve working, then he's going to be exceptionally dangerous. And that ball was foul, so this is Larry Doby, the center fielder for the Red Sox. And he strikes out. So right now, I tell you, Barrios is looking good. He's got them all looking silly right now. And Benintendi, and he has a full count. Ooh, just missed it upstairs. So first walk of the game.
Second baseman, Dustin Pedroia.
And here's Dustin Pedroia at 35 years old. He has been around the game quite a while. And there's a strike with a fastball, 2-2. So he throws a decent fastball, about 94, 95. And got Pedroia with that curve. 1, 2, 3 inning as Barrios looking very good. And so except for the walk, nothing doing for the Red Sox in this as we go to the third inning. So here's Brock Stassi, 1 for 1 with a double, and also came around and scored. And the Boston Red Sox fans here in Florida, not loving what they're seeing so far. And Stassi. Oh boy, he's caught up. And he'll be tagged down. Boy, he just took that turn way too late. And here's Polanco, 2-run homer in the second inning, which really blew this game open. Went from a 2-run shot to 8 runs in that inning. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. So hopefully, and there's a nice double. Boy, if we can get that type of timely hitting all season, we are going to be looking good.
Now batting, right fielder, Max Kepler.
As he really ripped that shot. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Max Kepler. And there's a foul ball. So still live. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's ball 2.
So that will move the runner to third base. As Kepler flies out, so 2-way with Adrianza coming up, and he ripped a double and drove in an RBI, and also scored himself, all in that very busy second inning. And this is ripped in the gap again. My goodness, boy, they are becoming major gap hitters here in spring. 9-1 in favor of the Twins right now. This is just not looking good for Boston right now. Nunez started off well. He started off well with a all Twins in the second inning. And Twins again here in the third. As Buxton rips this shot, and that's going to score another run. And it's 10-1 in the third inning. Haven't seen run scoring like that. Oh, here's Granite, 2-2 count to him, and Buxton very good speed at first base. Last year led the team with 35 stolen bases. And got him on the changeup. Boy, oh boy. Would have been a strike either way. But 2 more runs here in the third inning. Twins up big. 10 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for Red Sox. So here's Blake Swihart, a catcher for the Sox here. And a ground ball right to Adrianza. And there's 1 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Eduardo Nunez.
And here's Nunez. Started the game off with a home run in the bottom of the first inning. Literally the third pitch he saw, it was gone.
Nope, ball 1.
And there's a ball there to Barrios. Pretty much pitching rather carefully. And there's a ground ball right to Adrianza. Boots it. Not going to get him though, as Nunez runs very well. So
The shortstop, number 2, Sander Bogart.
good try. And that's where you kind of miss Ryan Dozier just a bit. And here's Xander Bogaerts. And, ooh, look out. Pitcher almost got tagged there.
Now batting,
Ooh, look out.
J.D. Martinez.
That is just a little bit too close. And here's Martinez. 3-2 count, 2 on. And got him with that curve again. Boy, I tell you, he throws a dandy curveball.
Third baseman, Hanley Ramirez.
And here's Hanley Ramirez 0 for 1 in the game. And got him there. So 1-2-3 inning. A little bit of excitement for Boston. Got 2 on, but nothing across the board. And it's the end of the 3rd inning. 10-1 Minnesota.
Your attention, please.
So Stephen
Now
Wright.
pitching for the Red Sox, number 35, Stephen Wright.
29 games last year, 4-0 record, 1 save, and the one thing I can tell you about this kid, 3-run homer for Harmon Killebrew in the 2nd inning. He is a knuckleball pitcher. And there's a ball. So he does throw a sinker, curve, a fastball, and then of course his primary pitch, the knuckleball. Oh, Killebrew was not ready for that one. And there's one away. So Chris Sale, inning in 2/3, 7 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So he was very busy. And here's Miguel Sano, 1 for 2 with a solo shot in the 2nd inning. And there's 2 away.
The batter, catcher, Peter Ikeda.
Now here's Peter Akita, 0 for 2 in the game. And woo, no, that just missed the line. And there's a base hit. So Akita laces a base hit, 1 for 3 in the game.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
As they were played perfectly for him, just Betts couldn't get to the ball in, or actually the shortstop couldn't get to Bogarts. Oh, ground ball right to Ramirez. 1, 2, 3 innings, so nothing across the board against the 1 hit off the knuckleball pitcher Stephen Wright, and the Twins still lead at 10-1. So here's Mookie Betts, 0 for 1 in the game, struck out in the 2nd inning. With Barrios, who will probably see, he probably will not see. No, full count now to Mookie Betts. Oh boy. So 2nd walk of the game for Barrios. And here's Larry Doby.
Larry Doby. Your
So,
attention, please. Now pitching for Minnesota, number 49.
now Alberto Mejia will come into the game and pitch to Doby. And there's a foul ball. So kind of gotta get the rookies.
That's a ball.
Kind of gotta get the young guys in here. And there's a foul ball there. And another foul ball. So still 1-2. And there's a base hit. So 2-1. And no one out. So Barrios giving up a walk. And Mejia giving up a base hit there. So, and here's Benintendi. Oh my goodness. And that ball is out of here. Now Benintendi, his first home run of the spring, and it's 10-4. Minnesota still in the lead. Manager likes that one. Oh, he gave that ball a ride, 396 feet, and that one was absolutely crushed. So 2-2 count to Pedroia. As he fists this one off, Killebrew can't get to it. And it's now still another one on with no one out. Oh, here's Swihart. And there's a strike. So full count. And a foul ball. Phil Hughes up in the bullpen. And popped him up, and there Rianza will get this one. And there's the first out, finally. And here's Eduardo Nunez. And there's a base hit right there, so that's going to get you know who over to Justin Pedroia, the third base. And right now, boy, we've got and popped him up here. And here comes Pedroia, and oh my goodness, right past Aikida. So 10-5 there. So we get the out, but then we don't get the good throw. And nice slider. Good change of pace there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. My goodness, boy, I tell you, Boston's not a horrible team. They know how to hit the ball.
Now batting, first baseman,
There's a nice strike with a slider, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's kind of popped it right there on the dime. See if we can get a strikeout. And there's a ball, 2-2. Ground ball to Sano. And he will hustle it over to first base. 1-2-3 inning, but 4 runs on this 3-run homer. And it's 10-5 Minnesota. And here's William Cuevas.
number 65.
And here's Jorge Polanco, 2 for 2 with a home run, a double, and 2 RBIs. So Hughes will be scheduled to come in the game in the next inning. And that ball goes foul. Now he throws a fastball, curve, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. And oh my goodness, this is not going to hold. This ball is out of here. And where have the power numbers come from for Polanco? That's his second one of the day. And it's 11-5. Either way, we'll take it. Especially after that 4-run inning in the 4th inning for Boston. So nice job there as Polanco nails his second home run of the day. And he knew it. And here is Max Kepler. And there's a foul ball, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. So no shortage of hits between these two teams. We got 20 total in the game, 13 by Minnesota, 7 by Boston. So 2-2 count. And ball 3. And Adrianza. So full count to Kepler. And this ball will be caught out in center field. So 1 away. And here's Adrianza. 2 for 2, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and he has scored twice in the game.
Nope, that's a ball.
And there's a ball downstairs. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And Adrianza. Oh, good try there. 2 away. As Pedroia had him play perfectly. And there's Buxton with a single and RBI. And he has scored a run himself. But no stolen bases yet. Ooh, pop this one straight up in the air. And Swire will take care of this one. 1-2-3 inning. But Minnesota does get 1 on the second home run by Polanco, and it's 11-5 Minnesota.
Your attention, please.
Now here's Phil Hughes. 6 appearances last season, no record, 5.34 ERA, and 23 strikeouts in 30-plus innings. Yeah, former starter turned to the bullpen, and I think that has been the right move for him. That way he doesn't have the pressure of having to constantly worry about how many innings he needs to pitch and all that good stuff. There you see a lot of scoring in this game. So 5 runs, 1 in the first, 4 in the fourth, 8-2-1 for Minnesota in the second, third, and the 5th inning. And we are in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And here's Larry Doby. And he has a full count. Staring at him in the face as he strikes out. So 2 away.
Up next for the Red Sox.
And here's Andrew Benintendi with a 3-run homer. And there's a foul ball. So still 2 balls, 2 strikes. And another foul ball, so still 2-2. And got him with a cutter. So beautiful pitch there. Benintendi strikes out looking, and it's 11-5. Still Minnesota as we go to the 6th.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Red Sox.
So Dan Otero.
61. Dan Otero.
5.74 ERA last season. So, 6th inning here. And, whoo, what a catch by Ramirez. He had that one on the screw. And here's Harmon Killebrew, 3-run homer in the 2nd inning. And it was a no-doubter, too. So, 2 balls, 1 strike. Found the plate anyway with that curveball. Matt Barnes in the bullpen. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sinker, fastball, changeup, slider. But Otero throws. And tries to go for the corners. And Sano on deck, 1 for 3 in the game. Boy, I tell you, Killebrew took some tough pitches, but he will draw the walk. And here's Miguel Sano, 1 for 3 in the game, solo home run in the 2nd inning, and that was also a no-doubter. Killebrew at first base. Boy, I tell you, Sano really got ripped on that one. Just went foul. And there's a foul ball, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's the ball, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Killebrew's at first base, really no threat to steal. And that is tagged. And Killebrew will hustle over to 3rd base. And Sano, just a really long single there, but boy did he, but the outfield had him played perfectly. So Kyle Blake will come in and run for Miguel Sano. And probably stay in the game and play 3rd base. He's one of our young kids coming up from AAA. Had one heck of a year for AAA, 30 plus home runs last season. And there's a ground ball. Nice play there. So 2 away, and the run does score. So it's 12-5. Ikeda will drive in the run. And here's Brock Stassi. So fly ball out to center field. And nice catch by Doby, the center fielder. 1-2-3 inning. But the Twins add another one. So 12 runs, 14 hits, 1 error. And 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Boston. So Pedroia, Swihart, and Nunez, 8, 9, and 1 coming up.
Your attention, please. This change for the Twins. Now playing 3rd base, number 94.
So Kyle Blake will come in. And nice play by Hughes right there. And 1 away. So Pedroia goes right back to the mound on that one. And here's Blake Swihart, 0 for 2 in the game. And he inherits a 1-1 count. And that's Buxton. Heck of a try there, but no dice on the catch there, so base hit for Swihart. And here's Eduardo Nunez. So Boston starting to warm it up just a little bit.
The shortstop, number 2,
And here's Andrew Bogarts. And there's a foul ball. Oh, got him with the knuckle curve. Well, I tell you, he put that one there perfectly. So two-way.
Up next for the Red Sox, designated hitter, J.D. Martinez.
So J.D. Martinez will come to bat and inherit a full count. And got him with a fastball. 1, 2, 3 innings. So again, 2 more hits. Yeah, it's very nice pitching. So nothing for the Red Sox once again. And it's still 12-5.
Your attention, please.
And here's Tyler Thornburg. 58 appearances last season, 6-0 record, 2 saves, 4.35 ERA. And here is and here's Polanco. And boys, he's been stroking the power numbers in the first game of the spring. And this ball will go for the gap. And Polanco, nice hit there. He'll end up at second base with a double and another good serve for the Twins.
Now batting, right fielder, Max Kepler.
And here's Max Kepler, tripled. 1 for 3 with a triple. And then he scored. And there's a ball with a changeup. So Thornburg throws fastball, curve, changeup, and that's pretty much it. And there's a ball downstairs. So 3 balls, 1 strike. And Adrianza on deck. That one was blasted, and that's going to move the runner over to third base, as they really had no chance of getting Polanco on the throw. And here's Adrianza. So 2 for 3 in the game, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. And there's a ball upstairs. That'll be 2 balls, 1 strike. And Adrianza rips this one. And this is going to go for a double. His 3rd of the game. And really?
Now batting, center fielder, Myron Buxton.
And here's Buxton. Somehow our man at third base did not go home. So, interesting. And there's a nice pitch with a curve. 2-2. Ooh, trying to get him on the curve. And it's a full count. You do not want this man on first base. Yeah, really. Maybe Polanco really is in love with third base. Doesn't want to leave. Oh, got him with that nice fastball on the outside. Made him swing through, so 2-way. And here's Zach Granite. 1 for 2 in the ball, 1 and 2 count. As this is off the screw, this is going to drive in 2 runs. And a little bit of a delay, they might get him, and they will. So just a little bit of a late call there at third base for him to send him home, but 1, 2, 3 innings, 7th inning stretch time. Twins are up 13-5.
Your attention, please. Now
So
pitching
Trevor
for the
May
Twins,
coming in, 54 games appearances last season, 1-0 record, no saves, 4.45 ERA, 89 strikeouts last season.
number 18, Johnny Damon.
And here is Johnny Damon, as he is going to make his return back to Boston.
Your attention, please.
And here's Danny
For the Twins.
Espinoza.
Now playing second base, number 18, Danny Espinosa.
And there's a foul ball. Yep, stretch time.
This change for the Twins. Now catching, number 23, Mitch Garver. Your attention, please. This change for the Twins. Now playing first base, number 30, Adrian Gonzalez.
So Paul Mulder making a few changes on the infield. Some of the changes, yep, we did get
Now batting, right fielder,
Jamin strikes out
Mookie Betts.
on that nice curveball on the outside. Johnny Damon, no
Your
chance.
attention, please.
And here's Rafael Devers,
Number 11, Rafael Devers.
or Devers. And ground ball right to the new first baseman, Adrian Gonzalez. So 2 away.
Number 14, Larry, pinch hitting for the Red Sox.
And Sandy Leon
Sandy Leon.
will come in and pinch hit. And got him, struck him out. So 1, 2, 3 inning for Trevor May, as he pitched a very good inning there. So end of the 7th inning, going into 8th, 13-5 Minnesota.
Your attention, please. A defensive change for the Red Sox. Now playing first
So
base,
Johnny Damon going to take over at first base.
Johnny Damon. Now
Rafael
in right
Devers,
field, number 11,
Devers will take over in right field.
Devers. Now pitching for the Red
And
Sox,
Matt Barnes will come in.
number 32,
58 games last season,
Barnes.
57, 11-0 record, no saves, 2.07 ERA, 76
Now in right
strikeouts.
field, number 19,
And Jackie Bradley Jr. will play center field for the remainder of the game. And here's Adrian Gonzalez. So veterans started out with San Diego, went to LA, did not play for anybody or actually played for the Mets last year, and signed him in the offseason. As with losing Joe Mauer, that gives us a very good hitter. Yeah, his power numbers might not be where they once were, but he's still a very good bat.
a defensive change for the Red Sox.
So Chris Fernandez will come in and play right field,
Number 12,
as the manager really running through the bench. And look out, pitcher and umpire. So base hit for the new kid, as he certainly got a good knock there.
now batting, catcher, Mitch Garver.
So Mitch Garver will come in and bat first time, and he will inherit a full count. He had not much power numbers from him last year, 5 home runs. And my goodness, I might change this year, because that ball is crushed. So first time he comes up and he slams one at 16-5. So he only had 5 home runs last season. Of course, when you're catching between Castro and McDonald, you know, he got whatever PT time he could, so which is why his numbers were pretty low. And then the management decided that McDonald still needed some more work, so they decided not to invite him to spring. They sent him back down to AAA and not invite him to spring. So Kepler gonna fly this one out, and there's one away. To the moon is correct. And here's Blanco, 4 for 4, and they gave 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. I mean, 2 home runs, 2 doubles. He has had a very busy day. Oh, got him looking. And he knew he should have swung at it. Possible 5 for 5 day. And here's Kepler. And ground ball. And 1, 2, 3 inning, but damage has been done. 3 more runs come across thanks to Garver's home run. And it's 16-5. And here's Andrew Benintendi as they'll bring in Hildenberger. And he had 51 appearances last year, 1-0 record, 42 saves, 1.70 ERA last season. And there's a nice strike there. And they will get Suter up in the bullpen. And Benintendi just went yard for the 2nd time in the game. And 16-6. So that turns it back to a 10-run lead. So here's Pedroia. So 1-1 count to him, and nice slider cutting right back in. Uh-oh. And got him with the 2-seam fastball. So good comebacker there to allow the home run and then get the Swihart. Nice pitch with the fastball there. And pop this one up. And that ball is caught, so. And Tomas Taylor. Taylor will come up. Nice pitch with that slider. I tell you, no wonder he had 42 saves for the team last year, but with the signing of Bruce Suter, that's definitely going to, no doubt Suter will get the main objective of the pitching, closing situations. And 1, 2, 3 innings, so nicely done. But 1 run, And the Twins still lead at 16-6. We go to the 9th inning.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Red Sox, number 48, Gregory Infante.
Oh, Gregory Infante, 49 appearances last year, 1-0 record. And John Welch.
Number 51, John Welch.
Well, they are really getting through the line here. Danny Espinosa came up with Washington. And Washington let him go into free agency. And boy, if he can provide that type of power, that is going to be awesome. First time at bat for the Twins. He smacked that one for a solo shot. And it's 17-6. Boy, we got ourselves a football score. And Mahler likes what he sees there. And here is Byron Buxton, Craig Kimbrell up in the bullpen right now. And there's the ball downstairs. So there's Kimbrell. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Buxton. And 3 balls, 1 strike. And Granite on deck. And right now the Twins have scored at least a run since the 5th inning. So if we can get that type of production during the season, boy, that would be absolutely awesome. And there's a rip, but fly out, 1 away. And here's Zach Granite, 2 for 5 in the game, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. And he scored a run. And he inherits a 3-1 count. As this ball will drop. Oh boy. He's going to be running for a long while. Granite does run well. And he'll end up at third base with a triple. So here's Adrian Gonzalez, 1 for 1 with a single. And they're going to go ahead and pull him and put in Danny Santana.
Your attention, please. Now running at third base, number 24, Danny Santana.
So Gonzalez full count. And a base hit again, boy, I tell you. Nice hit there. Maybe they need to go back to the shift.
Now batting, number 94.
And here's Kyle Blake. A lot of good stuff for this young man. 1 for 1. Has some good contact. Has some excellent power. So he may give Miguel Sano a little bit of a run for his money. And this fly ball will be caught out in center field, so 2-way. And here's Mitch Garver. So 3-run homer in the 8th inning. Gave us a 16-5 lead at the time. And ground ball, nice play and nice turn and throw. 1-2-3 inning. But the Twins just keep adding on more runs. 23 hits, 1 error, 18 runs for the Twins. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Sox.
Your attention, please. This change for the Twins.
So Danny Santana will stay in left field.
Number 24, and hitting for the Red Sox. Number 30, Travis Leroy.
So Travis Leroy, and here comes Bruce Sutter.
Number 42, Bruce Sutter.
So he had 8 saves last season, and got him with a slider. No, he didn't like it, but it was perfectly put right on.
Designated hitter, DPG Mlb.
It was perfectly placed right on the corner. And here's Ji Wei Lin. And there's a foul ball with a split finger fastball. Bruce Sutter throws a four-seam fastball, splitter, and then a slider. Ooh, boy, that just missed. Yeah, he likes that split finger. That is his out pitch. And that ball goes foul, 2-2. And a ground ball. So 2 away.
Now batting, first baseman. Your attention, please.
And Renato Nunez.
Renato Nunez.
2 balls, 1 strike count. And that ball will go foul. And got him with his slider, and that's the ball game. So Barrios will get a spring training win, as he had to wait a while. This was a very busy day for everybody, as just about everybody had 4-hour ball game. So very busy game. Nunez 3 for 4 in the game, 1 RBI for him. Bogarts 1 for 3 with an RBI for him. Benintendi had 2 for 3 with 4 RBI, 2 home runs in this game, as he was very busy. He had 2 home runs. Nunez had 1. Benintendi had 2. Bogarts drove in an RBI. Chris Sale lasting an inning and 2/3, 7 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And Elias inning in a third for him, 4 hits, 2 runs allowed, 1 strikeout. Wright pitched a perfect inning. Cuevas pitched a good inning, only gave up 1 run on 1 hit. Otero, same thing, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk for him. Thornburg, 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 run. Barnes, 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 runs given up, and 1 strikeout. And then Infante, 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs given up for Red Sox pitching today. And for the Twins, Buxton 1 for 5 in the game with 1 RBI. Granite 3 for 6 with 2 RBIs in the game. Killebrew 1 for 3 with his big 3-run homer early on. Gonzalez 2 for 2 with an RBI. As Miguel Sano 2 for 4 with a home run himself. And Blake, who came in and played third base, 1 for 2 for him. Ikeda 1 for 4 in the game with an RBI. And Garver 1 for 2 with 3 RBIs for him. And Roxtasi 2 for 5 in the game. Jorge Polanco 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs with 2 home runs. Kepler 1 for 5 in the game. And Adrianza 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs in the game. And Espinoza homered in his first appearance for the Twins. So Espinoza, Sano, Polanco 2 times, Garver and Killebrew all slamming big time hits here today. Polanco and Garver both drove, and Killebrew all drove in 3 RBIs in this game. So very busy day. So Barrios went 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs allowed, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts for him in 3 innings done. Mejia When inning, 5 hits, 3 runs given up by him. Hughes, 2 innings, 2 hits, nothing given up for him. 4 strikeouts in the game. May, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts for him. Hilderberger gave up 1 run and 1 strikeout. And Bruce Sutter pitched a perfect ninth with 2 strikeouts in the game to finish out the rest of the game. So let's kind of run through the highlight reel. Nunez got everything going here in the bottom of the first inning. Third pitch he saw, this was gone. And boy, I thought, this could be interesting. But boy, did Barrios calm down from there. Then Polanco jacks this 2-run homer, 438 feet. And that gave the Twins a 2-1 lead. As the Twins looking good in this game. And then Killebrew, also in the second inning, 3-run homer, made it 7-1 Minnesota. No doubt he has got some pop in that bat left. And then Miguel Sano in a very busy second inning, as this made it 8-1, 429 feet for Miguel Sano. His first home run of spring, and that made it 8-1 at that point. And then Ramirez striking out here on a nice fastball, as Minnesota was up 10-1 at that point. And then Benintendi, oh yeah, no problem here, 3-run homer. And that made it 10-4, as the Twins were still in the lead by quite a bit. And then Polanco erased all doubt from that point, made it 11-5 with his second home run of the game in the 5th inning. I tell you, I don't know what's gotten into Jorge Polanco, but strutting the power numbers here. And then Granite rips this base hit for a single, making it 13-5. And if we're not saying anything enough, well, Garver crushes this one for 442 feet, 3-run homer in the 8th inning, made it 16-5. Hit it out to the big black building out there. And then Bruce Sutter strikes out Nunez on this slider, and that is the ball game. So who knows what to expect from the Twins in 2019. Could be a much different ball club. Now the good thing is, now we have a pretty good staff. Now they, after last season's trying to make it to the postseason, that was close. You got close last season with making it to that point. But as we kind of look around the league real fast, we're going kind of, the Angels, we're pretty much controlling everybody. But they're kind of, if we look at the lineups, Buxton, Granite, Killebrew, as he slammed 39 home runs last season, 111 RBIs, gives him 612 for his career, and 1,695 for RBIs. So 34 years old, kid out of Idaho. This could be very interesting indeed. And then Miguel Sano, Buxton had 15 home runs, 66 RBIs, stole 33 bases last season. He's got 74 for his career. Granite, who only played in 32 games for the Twins last season, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, 5 stolen bases. So he's young, he's 26. So he still has time to get going there. And then Miguel Sano, who's been with the team since 2015, slammed 24 home runs last season, a little bit 4 home runs less than the year before when he hit 28. But he had 82 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, shockingly. which gets him 95 for his career right now. So, and then Peter Ikeda, yep, first year. He's out of Japan, so he should be quite the player for us. Brock Stassi started out his career with Philadelphia, then was signed by nobody last season, and then Minnesota this year. So we're hoping to see good things from him. Max Kempler had 18 home runs last season, 77 RBIs, and he has 54 for his career right now. So we're hoping good things from this young man from Germany. 26 years old, can also play first base. Jorge Polanco, 17 home runs last season, 64 RBIs. He's young, 25 years old, from the Dominican Republic, and he still has a long career ahead of him. And then Danny Espinosa, who started his career with Washington and then went to New York, played for New York last season, 4 home runs, 29 RBIs, and so New York let him go, and he signed on with the team this year. And then Santana, yeah, he played with Atlanta last season, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. We signed him in the offseason. Not only does he play center field, but he can play second, third, short, left field, right field. So this is a guy who is can do quite a bit for us. And then, of course, veteran Adrian Gonzalez, 7 home runs, 44 RBIs last season with the Mets, as he has 318 for his career. As he started out with Texas, had a very good career with San Diego, 1 year with Boston, traded to the Dodgers in 2012, and then was with the Dodgers until 2017. And then 18 played for the Mets in New York, and now signed, 36 years old, so 13 years in the bigs. So we don't know how much longer we'll get him for, but a welcome bat to make up for the retirement loss of Joe Mauer. And then Ty Kelly, he's a young kid, played for the Mets also last season, and 30 years old, can play first base, third base, and the outfield. So that's a big help there. And then Garver catching, as he, like I said, he traded off 4 home runs, 26 RBI last season. And Adriana, who this is his 3rd year with Minnesota, had no home runs, 1 RBI, only appeared in 8 games, and with the loss of Brian Dozier to Milwaukee, that's definitely going to help him in that fact. And then rookie Kyle Blake, well, I tell you, this kid could be quite something. I would say the only concern with me on him is the fact that he is 185 pounds, doesn't have, he's got great power, but we'll see how he does this season. He can also play first base, so first base is going to be high commodity this year, but he'll also share some time with Sano at third base this season. Jason Castro, also a veteran catcher, in his 3rd year with the team, hit 7 home runs last season, 31 RBIs, appeared in 108 games for the team after a very lengthy career with Houston. So we're good. And then Christian Colon started out with Kansas City, traded to Atlanta, and Minnesota signed him. So he will be a welcome addition. Can play third base, shortstop, along with second base. And then our pitching rotation of Barrios, who went 8-4 last season. Not too bad. 81 strikeouts, 35 walks last season. 24 years old, from Puerto Rico. Jake Arduzzi, who went 12-11 for us last season. He came up with Tampa Bay, and was drafted by Kansas City, then traded to Tampa Bay in 2013, and he was with Tampa Bay until last season, where he went 12-11 for us last season. And then Michael Pineda from the Yankees, as he went 18-6 for us last season. Very good year, 193 strikeouts, so he is going to be our man in the hole. And then Irvin Santana went 13-14 for us last season after going 16-8 the year before. So we're hoping for a good bounce back. 36 years old, so we don't know how much further we'll have him for. And then Henderson Alvarez, who came up with the Marlins and then traded to Philadelphia and then signed by Minnesota. So 28-year-old kid from Venezuela throws a 2 and 4-seam fastball, slider, and a changeup. So we're hoping to see good things from those young men this year. So we'll just have to see how things go. And also we're catching up. Lots of surprises with this season. I added in what am I trying to say? I added in legends into the season, so that's definitely going to make things quite interesting in the fact of what interesting boats. We look at the lineups and everything. Tim Beckham at shortstop for Baltimore, Yonder Alonso, who played for Cleveland last season. Trey Mancini, he is a young kid, 30 home runs last season for Baltimore. And Chris Davis, of course, veteran Chris Davis, started out with Texas, traded to Baltimore in 2012. Boy, he just went off from there since he's been with Baltimore. Jonathan Shoup at second, Haniger at right field, Mikael Franco, who started his career with Philadelphia, traded him over to Baltimore last season. Danny Ortiz in center field, another kid played for Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, now signed by Baltimore this year. And Chance Sisco, who's been with Baltimore since 2017. And then pitching rotation, Tom Seaver, Phil Negro, Charlie Morton, Gabriel Yanoa, and Andrew Kashner will be your staffers for the team. Zach Britton will be the closer for the Orioles again this year, 39 saves last season. No doubt he is going to be, and they also signed veteran Francisco Rodriguez to the team also. So that definitely gives them pretty good, and also Hector Rodon, who was with Chicago 3 straight years. He had saved games for Chicago, 29, 30, and 18. This is his first season with the team, so we'll see how Baltimore will be looking. Boston, and as we just saw, Nunez, Bogarts, Martinez, Ramirez, Mookie Betts, Larry Doby, Benintendi, Justin Pedroia, and Blake Swihart backing him up. And then you have legends Johnny Damon also on the mound. Also playing for the team this year. And then Chris Fernandez. These are rookies that Boston has this year. Chris Fernandez, Eric Neely, John Welch, Preston Bingham are your rookies for Boston. And then your rotation, Sale, Price, Eduardo Rodriguez, Drew Pomeranz, Rick Porcello, who started out with Detroit, then traded to Boston in 2015. And he has been, his best year was 2016 when he went 22-4 for Boston. And then the bullpen, which is quite strong with Craig Kimbrell backing him up. He had 50 saves last season for Boston. And then you have Ferguson Jenkins, pitched for the White Sox last season, 10-5 record. And now he signed with Boston in the offseason. And then rookie Derek Roberts pitching for the team. So it'll be interesting to see how Boston looks. Now for the Yankees, now if this lineup can't get any more threatening, I don't know what will. But you have Adam Frazier at second base. Played for Pittsburgh the last 3 years, signed with the Yankees in the offseason. Aaron Hicks, of course, former Twin, going to New York in 2016 and been with the Yankees since then. Hit 6 home runs, 20 RBIs, appeared in 45 games last season. Veteran Babe Ruth, yes, the Babe is back. He was not too happy about the fact that you know who holds a home run lead right now, so he felt he needed to come back and change things around. He hit 41 homers last season, 114 RBIs, 7 stolen bases, but he has 755 home runs for his career. And that is what we're going to be looking at when the season starts. The home run chase to Barry Bonds' mark, 762. So we'll see how that goes. And then Aaron Judge, who can really hit for power. 47 home runs last season after 52 the year before. And then Gary Sanchez, the catcher, who started with New York in 2015. He's been with the team since. 20 home runs in 16, 33 in 17, 36 in 2018. I think he's going to be a really good player for the Yankees behind the plate. And Giancarlo Stanton, as he slammed 44 home runs last season, 311 for his career. And no doubt, we'll see how it'll look for this season. No doubt. Aaron Judge right now has 103 home runs in his career. We'll see how that goes. Didi Gregorius, Joey Gallo, who started out with Texas and then was traded to New York last season, where he ended up with 28 home runs, 71 RBIs for the total. And then Brandon Drury, playing third base for the Yankees, started out with Arizona. Signed with New York last season, 19 home runs, 60 RBI last season, and then they've got a pretty good bench with Armista, and then Higashioka, and then Andres Zamora. Two catchers on their bench, Rule 5 draft Zamora, Victor Rivera, Jacoby Ellsbury. Started with Boston, he's been with New York since 2014, and then Leonis Martin, Matt Reynolds, Ronald Torres, Austin Romine, who's been with New York since his beginning. So quite a good bench for New York. Now Tampa Bay. This lineup will shock you just a little bit, but they got very aggressive in the offseason and really went after some major people here. So they added Rule 5 draft Mason Ibarra to the team. Bruno Avalios, he is also coming up from AAA. This will be his first full year in the bigs. They signed young man Bryce Harper from Washington, who had 27 home runs, 93 RBIs last season. Well, to keep his, I'm guessing the reason he picked Tampa Bay, probably not going to be that hard to hit home runs in Tampa Bay. So Bryce Harper goes from Washington to Tampa Bay. Ryan Schnipp at second base. Dante Bichette, who started out with Colorado, signs with Tampa Bay. He has 274 in his career. Jose Martinez, who played for St. Louis last year, hit 22 home runs, 82 RBIs, as he led the Cardinals to the World Series, only to lose to Houston. Wilson Ramos, the catcher, 31 years old, started out with Washington, now he's with Tampa Bay, his third year with Tampa Bay. And then Matt Duffy, pretty decent, with a couple of rookies on that. Was it Wizabash and then Macias on the bench. And then you have a pretty good lineup here. Chris Archer as the pitcher, starting pitcher, 715 last season, so he struggled just a little bit with his numbers. Jacob Ferreira, Blake Snell, Matt Andrizi, and Andrew Moore, and then veteran Catfish Hunter on the staff there. And then your closer, Alex Colomb. So 106 saves in his career. So he will be in there. And then former Giant closer Sergio Romo actually saved 13 games for the Rays last season after a very stellar career with San Francisco. So I'd say the Rays might be a team to really look out for. And the lineups for the Toronto Blue Jays: Devon Travis, Jose Perella, Josh Donaldson, Justin Smoke, Randall Grichuk, and Diaz, and Teoscar Hernandez. Troy Tulowitzki is going to be DHing this season since Diaz is coming in to play short, as Troy Tulowitzki had 14 home runs last season. And then Morales, he's a young kid catching duties this season. He can also play first base. And then backing them up, Kendrys Morales, Russell Martin, Kevin Pillar, and yeah, those are the ones I mostly recognize. Pitching rotation, Marcus Stroman for Toronto, 10-13 last season for the team. And then Aaron Sanchez, and then legend Jack McDowell pitching for the team this year. And then Carlos Rodon, and then Marco Estrada. Also rounding out with 12-8 for Toronto last season. And then your bullpen of Bert Blyleven, who pitched for Houston last season, 7-5, 2 saves, and won a World Series with Houston. He's 6 wins away from 300 for his career. And then Jaime Garcia, Chris Riley, and then Roberto Osuna, who saved 50 saves last season, as he had a very good year. And then Al Albuquerque, this is his second full season with Toronto this season. So Toronto's maybe a team to look out for. And Chicago, of course, Chicago can always put some talent together. So Travis Jankowski, Charlie Tilson, Mike Piazza, veteran Mike Piazza, backing them up at can play catcher at first base. Jose Abreu, who hit 26 home runs last season. And then Solarte, Moncada, Tim Anderson, Delmonico, and Steve Selsky, with Greg Allen, Manny Ramirez, Castilla, Wellington Castillo behind the backing up Mike Piazza. So this should be quite interesting. And then the pitching staff of Michael Noah, Reynaldo Lopez, TJ House, Olenberger, and Giolito. And then really no big help. Nate Jones was their closer last season, 44 saves for the White Sox. So they're looking to make some noise this season. And then, of course, Cleveland, being Cleveland, they're always a threat. Michael Brantley, Tyler Naquin, Jose Ramirez, Edwin Encarnacion, who hit 29 home runs last season. Francisco Lindor, Matt Adams, Jason Kipnis, who hit 30 home runs last season. Vicio Garcia, and Francisco Mejia. And then plenty of guys backing him up, including former Twin Alex Dickerson. I call him former Twin because he did play for us during that 2014 season. And then Yan Gomes, Kurt Suzuki, and Roberto Perez all on the bench. And then pitching rotation of Corey Kluber, Carlos Carrasco, Danny Salazar, Trevor Bauer, and Mike Fulton White, who was traded from Atlanta to Cleveland last season. He finished out at 8-12 last season. And then a pretty good bullpen, but you do add 4 rookies in that bullpen with Guzman, Fernandez, Mendoza, and Bravo. Legend killer Eric Gagne being your closer for that team. And then Cody Allen, who only had 6 saves last season, but no doubt he will have the reins of the closer this year. And then Detroit, at Rich Kessler, Jose Iglesias, Miguel Cabrera, who only hit 21 home runs last season. He is 483 in his career. He's getting pretty close to 500. Big question is, will he get there? So that will be the major question there. His numbers have kind of gone down a little bit since his 38 home run year in 2016. He only hit 16 and 17, and then 21 last season. So we'll see how the 35-year-old veteran from Venezuela does this year. Gary Carter, behind the plate, 624 home runs in his career. No doubt he really gives Detroit a good bat. And Castellanos took Barton Santos, rookie Romeo Santos, and Nicky Goodrum. And then, not to say that's any worse, but they signed Greg Bird from New York, as New York let him go in free agency. And then they also signed veteran Carlton Fisk to the team. So we'll have to see how Detroit does this year. Kansas City, we'll see how they do this year. Luis Castro, Villegas, Kenny Lofton they signed in free agency, so he is back. Aguilar, Salvador Perez, Jorge Soler, and Jorge Bonifacio, Ramon Torres, and Raul Mondesi at second base. And then pretty good bench here with Sierra, Alex Gordon, Taylor, a rookie Brett Barrett playing at shortstop this season. So we'll see how Brett does with Steve Murka, Mike Compton also. So 3 rookies for Kansas City this year. See how they will do. And then your pitching rotation, Danny Duffy, Jake Junis, Ty Bloch, Carnes, and then Rule 5 draft, Hayden Gillis. And then they really secured the bullpen by signing veteran reliever Lee Smith to the team. 478 career saves for him. And we'll see how he does in Kansas City Blue. And then, of course, the Twins. And then the Angels. The Twins, we don't have to announce that again. We know what we're looking at this year, with Harmon leading the way with 39 home runs last season, 612 for his career. And we're hoping for a good start. Then the Angels, they got a pretty good lineup with Simmons, Escobar, Trout, Upton, Cozart, Valbuena, Gonzalez, Posada, Jorge Posada, and then Cole Calhoun. And then veteran Albert Pujols backing up Steven Gonzalez at first base, along with former Cleveland Indian Carlos Santana. Now, Albert Pujols hit 10 home runs last season and appeared in 79 games. He has 624 for his career. He's 39 years old. Hard to say how much further he will go. Yes, it is going to be a very interesting year. It's hard to say how much further he will go, but I don't think he's going to get close to maybe 700. So we'll see how that goes. And then LaCroix, Davidson, and all those guys. So we'll see how that lineup does next year. The Oakland A's, with some needed help, they got Roberto Garcia. He's DHing this year. He's a rookie, and he also plays third base normally, and he also can play second. He'll be DHing this year. Stephen Piscotty, veteran Rod Carew taking over at second base. Chris Davis, who hit 34 home runs last season. Mike Moustakas, Matt Olson, who had a phenomenal year last season, 25 home runs. This kid is power. Scary power too. He is excellent against right-handers. He knows how to make contact with the ball. Had 24 home runs in 2017. Hit 25 last season with 74 RBIs. And Chad Pinder at short, Justin Fowler in center, and then Christian Vasquez behind the plate. And then Marcus Semien on the bench with Matt Chapman. He is a young man, looking hopefully very good. 14 home runs in the last 2 years. And then Boog Powell, and then Daniel Nakamura. He is a Rule 5 draft catcher, so we'll see how he does this year. And then they also signed Lucas Duda to the team from the New York Mets. So lots of new faces in new places. Seattle went with D. Gordon, Segura, Jackie Robinson, Mike Zunino, Robinson Cano, DHing Kyle Seager, Ron Healy, Dexter Fowler in right field, and then Ben Gamble taking over in left field. And then you got a pretty good bench the rest of the way. Now and then former twin Eduardo Escobar decided to leave the team. 5 home runs, 26 RBIs last season. Decided to leave the team and go to Seattle. So Eduardo Escobar, that's where he is now. And we'll see how his fortunes change with that move for him. For Texas, you got Delano DeShields Jr., Sin Soo Chu, Elvis Andrus, Johnny Bench, former All-Star Johnny Bench, taking over in Texas behind the plate. Nomar Mazara, and then Odor at second, Tyler White, Cody Ash at third, and Profar in left field. And then a very good host of bench players, including a rookie, Adolfo Castro, will be on the bench this year. And then a up-and-comer with Patrick Gillivan playing in right field. Started out with Cincinnati and signed with Texas in the offseason. So we'll see how this young man does in the offseason. The defending champs, Houston Astros, their lineup really didn't change too much, except with the addition of Josh Reddick, Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve still with the team, Carlos Correa, as he hit astounding 34 home runs last season, has 100 for his career. George Springer, and then Yuli Guerrero, who played in 89 games last season. He'll no doubt get the full-time job at first base this year. Eddie Rosario, who played also for Minnesota last year, decided to leave after hitting 20 home runs for us last season, 67 RBIs, but he wasn't very satisfied with the negotiations of the contracts. So Evan Gattis still behind the plate for the team, and then Jake Minarzik will be DHing this year for the team. And then a pretty young group there. Brian McCann, who also caught for the team last year, decided to retire at the end of the year. So for the Atlanta Braves, Jeremy Hazelbaker, Dansby Swanson, Freddie Freeman, the power hitting first baseman, hit 29 home runs last season for the Braves, 78 RBIs. Brian Mosquera, he's a rookie. He'll be no DH in the National League, but if needed, he would bat DH. Brock Diaz in right field, Ken Pagan in center, Ozzy Albies, and then Carmago, and then John Ryan Murphy behind the plate with Matt Schuster, and then Mark Reynolds, veteran Mark Reynolds, who hit the last couple of seasons with Colorado. Still not bad, 30 home runs, 97 RBIs. Was signed by no one last year, and the Braves decided to sign him this year to keep his career going. Then they have another rookie, Shannon Navarro. He's a shortstop, can also play third. This will be his first year in the majors for the Braves. And then for the Marlins, you have Lewis Brinson, Martin Prado, Ralph Kiner, veteran Ralph Kiner, who played with Pittsburgh for so many years, Sonny Giovatella, when they used the DH, Scott Van Slyke, and Eric Ibar. And then they also added Bill Mazeroski at second base, also another veteran player out of Pittsburgh. And then Gustavo Marquez, he is a Rule 5 draft pick, can play center field, and he will get his shot this season. So we'll see how the Marlins will do. Hopefully a little bit better. How do the Nationals look after losing out on Bryce Harper? Well, you have Trey Turner at short, Vincent O in right field. He'll take over in right field. Daniel Murphy at second. Ryan Zimmerman remains at first. Anthony Rendon at third. Johnny Layton in left. TJ Rivera, when they use DH, Adam Eaton in center. Miguel Montero back behind the plate for the team. And then their pitching staff, Matt Scherzer, Steven Strasburg. They added veteran Nolan Ryan to the team. The Ryan Express will continue on going. And Washington, Gio Gonzalez, Joe Ross, and then a very good bullpen of Brad Brock as their closer. So, oh boy. The Mets, they have Lorenzo Cain, Rosario, Yanez Cespedes, Conforto, Jay Bruce, Todd Frazier, Flores, Travis d'Arnaud, Dominic Smith. So, plenty to go around there for the Phillies. And the Phillies, they added the Splinter, Ted Williams, to the team after his long career with Boston, so we'll see how Ted Williams does for the Phillies at Bank One Park this season. And then Joseph Bobby Pyle, he's a rookie. Nick Williams, Alfaro, J.P. Crawford, Mike Saltzman finishing up that end. And then you have a pitching staff of Nola, Eckhoff, Bundy, Livy, and Velasquez. And then a pretty good bullpen. Needless to say, the Cubs, Ender Inciarte, who was traded from Atlanta to the Cubs last season, ended up with 17 home runs, 73 RBIs, 18 stolen bases. And so this will be his first full season with the Cubs. Chris Bryant, who hit 23 home runs last season. Anthony Rizzo, Jason Giambi, veteran Jason Giambi, as he will continue his career, has 440 home runs for the Cubs. Wilson Contreras behind the plate, Kyle Schwarber, Ian Happ, Javier Baez at second, Addison Russell at short. And then Ben Zobrist and Jason Haywood coming off the bench when needed for the Cubbies. And then Cincinnati, can anything get better for Cincinnati? Well, you have Billy Hamilton, who stole 52 bases last season. He's been stealing 50 plus since 2014, so I don't see him slowing down. And then Jose Peraza, Joey Votto, Adam Duvall, Scooter Gennett, veteran Yogi Berra going to Cincinnati, going from the Yankees to Cincinnati, Suarez, Winkler, and Cuthbert on the starting lineup for the team. And then plenty to go around. And then pitching staff, pretty decent. I don't think it's going to be as terrible as most people think in Cincinnati might think. Raziel Iglesias has saved 45 games for him last season, so we'll see how he does in the long run. And then Milwaukee, we have Jonathan VR, Christian Yelich, Ryan Braun, Eric Dames, Travis Shaw, Domingo Santana, Manny Pena, Orlando Arcia, Brett Phillips, manning that end there. Legend Buddy Bell signed with the Brewers. And then Stephen Vaught. So we got lots of, it'll be interesting to see how the team does. And then for Pittsburgh, Starlin Marte, Wilmer Defoe, legend Ken Griffey Jr., and of course Chipper Jones signing with the Pirates. And then Corey Dickerson, Josh Bell, Gregory Polanco, Spangenberg, and Francisco Cervelli. And then you got a pretty good bench going the rest of the way here for the Pirates here. And then St. Louis with Tommy Pham, David Peralta, Orlando Cepeda signs with the team. And then Paul DeJong, Matt Carpenter, Marcelo Zuna, Jed Gurko, Yadier Molina, and Colton Wong also can play second base. And then you have a pretty good bench there for the team. And then Arizona, I got the team wrong. I thought it was Milwaukee. It was actually Arizona Diamondbacks, where Brian Dozier landed with the team after hitting 32 home runs for the team, for the Twins last season, 88 RBIs, but he was just not happy with the contract that we offered him, which was a 6-year deal. He ended up taking the 5-year deal with Arizona, so he is going to go over there and continue on his way. So we'll wish him luck there. Jake Lamb at third, Steven Souza, Tomas in left, Pollock in center, and Alex Avila behind the plate. So we certainly hope the best for Brian Dozier. And then, of course, the Rockies with LeMahieu, Garcia, Nolan Arenado, who hit 37 home runs last season, back-to-back 37 home run years. Trevor Story, Bradford Robnett, Lonnie Chisenhall goes from Cleveland to Colorado this year. David Dahl, Ryan McMahon, Tony Walters in the long run. So and then 3 rookies for Colorado: Jason Law, Johnny Leon, and Carlos Chavez for Colorado this year. So it will be interesting. For the Dodgers, yeah, they have Chris Taylor. He's a young man who played for him last season. 25 home runs, 85 RBIs. And Corey Seager, Corey Bellinger, Ryan Hoskins, Justin Turner, Yasiel Puig, Grandal behind the plate, and Tim LeCastro behind the plate. Then you have Thurston Kemp, Parra, and Sean McDonald, who played for us last season. Had no home runs, had 6 hits the entire season, appeared in 13 games, but it just was not meant to be for him to remain with the team. So we went ahead and cut him, and on he went to the Dodgers. So Sean McDonald, no doubt he will get his rookie year in this coming season. San Diego, Omar Sosa, Tomlinson, Hosmer, Willie Stargell going to San Diego. Maybe he prefers the warmer weather. Will Myers, Suje, Margot, Machado, and then Hedges behind the plate for San Diego. So, yeah. And then the Giants, finally, the Giants. So, Merrifield, Austin Jackson, Buster Posey, Brandon Belt, Andrew McCutchen, Evan Longoria, Joe Panik, Colby Rasmussen, and Brandon Crawford. I mean, that is a loaded lineup. And then you had veteran Benito Santiago behind the plate once again. How could this team not possibly make the playoffs next season? So it will be quite interesting, but we'll keep an eye on the home run chase for Babe Ruth as he is peering in towards Barry Bonds' record right now, as he is certainly not thrilled that somebody has taken over his record, and he doesn't want to see that record pretty much done anymore. So he is going to be making some serious deals here. Now, not to say anything, but we'll see how the Twins do. I'm not going to say much of anything. Our GM's definitely not going to say much of anything if this lineup is going to be the same lineup as you will see all year. Now, if these guys hit the way that they were hitting in that first game in spring, we'll definitely have to see just how well they do the rest of the way. But it will be quite interesting to see how the next season will come. So we'll do one more game here tonight. Twins against Baltimore Orioles. Jake Orduzzi will go head-to-head with Tom Seaver. So we'll go ahead and get that game going. And once again, this time we're going to be in Deep Palm Field. And, of course, Orduzzi will get the honors of this game today. And we'll kind of flip it up just a little bit. We'll put Gonzalez in DH today. And Espinoza is playing second base today. So Tom Seaver back again. So we'll see how it goes. There's the lineup for Baltimore: Beckham, Alonso, Mancini, Davis, Shoup, Haniger, Franco, Ortiz, and Chance Cisco behind the plate. Now there should be, like you said, Mike, a very interesting year all the way through. So if we can get guys on base, steal some bases, do what needs to be done, then I think we'll be good. Oh boy, nasty weather here tonight here at Deep Palm Field. And we'll just have to keep an eye on just how the field will hold up during this rainstorm here tonight at Baltimore and Minnesota. We'll go head-to-head here in spring training game number 2. As this is our exclusive look into spring training before we head towards the start of the regular season. And And there's Tom Seaver, 311 wins in his career, 205 losses, 2.86 ERA, and 3,640 strikeouts in his career. Now, not to say, would he maybe make a good addition to the staff later on down the road? I think he would make an excellent addition to the staff. So there's the defensive lineup with Cisco behind the plate, Davis, Shoup, Beckham, Franco, Mancini, Ortiz, all out there in left field, center field, and right field. As you can see, the rain is coming down. And leading it off is Byron Buxton. Batting 200, has 1 RBI, and no stolen bases. So see, there's third pitch of the game. And Byron Buxton, boy, he's got a jump on that pitch. And he is going to book it over to third base for a triple. As the throw just couldn't get there in time. And that's a good way to start the game off with a nice triple. Boy, so far I like what I'm seeing early in spring. And here's Zach Granite, and he inherits a full count. And a fly ball to center field. That will get Buxton home easily. So it's 1-0 Twins, and if we can do the little things like that, we're going to be a very good club. And here is the killer, Harmon Killebrew. 333, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. And he also inherits a full count. Legend versus legend here. And that is going to get down for a nice double. Killebrew is no speed demon, so he's going to hold up at second base right there.
Batting fourth, third baseman, Miguel Sano.
So Miguel Sano will come up and try to drive him home with 1 away. So because Killebrew's on base, no shift. And there's a ball with a curve. Repeat game of the first one. We'll see. Ferguson behind the plate. McDonald, Dixon, and Summersgill first, second, and third. And a ground ball here. And boy, did he get the tag on him. Yes, he did. So nice play by Davis to get the tag. And here's Peter Ikeda. 250, 1 RBI. And a lot of hopes on this young man. And that is ripped into the corner. Nice hit for Ikeda. And it's 2-0 Minnesota. Boy, they have jumped on Seaver here in the first inning.
Designated hitter, Adrian Gonzalez.
So he tried to jam him. Tried to jam him on the inside, and Ikeda just really got it turned. And he just missed the line there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ooh, struck him out with that nasty curve. So 1-2-3 inning, a strike him out, throw him out type situation, but the Twins strike for 2 on 3 hits, and the Twins are up 2-0, and the Orioles come in the bat. And there is Buck Showalter. So there's the lineup for the Orioles. Beckham, Alonso, Mancini, Davis, Shoup, Haniger, Franco, Ortiz, and Cisco. And there's Jake Urduzzi. 31 starts last season, 12-11 record, 4.35 ERA, almost 200 innings pitched, 150 strikeouts, 62 walks last season. And we certainly hope Arduzzi has a better 2019 than he did with 2018. So Tim Beckham 0-2 count on him, and the ball goes foul. And the ball upstairs, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's a bullet shot right to second base, but nice play by and here's Yonder Alonso. So, and Danny Espinosa, nice play there at second base. And here's Yonder Alonso, 0-2 count to him, and a foul ball. And there's a ball upstairs, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a ground ball, nice play by Killebrew, and 2-way. He plays first base very well. And here's Trey Mancini. So full count to Trey. And there's a bullet shot for a base hit.
Batting fourth, third baseman, Chris Davis.
So here is Chris Davis. And there's a nice swing at the splitter, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now if Arduzzi can get that type of bite on his splitter this year, he is going to be a very tough pitcher to deal with, and Davis strikes out, so 1, 2, 3 inning. So nothing for the Orioles except 1 hit. So Kepler, Polanco, and Espinosa will come up for the Twins, as the Twins lead at 2-0. So here's Max Kepler batting 200. No home runs, no RBIs this spring. And he is facing a 1-2 count against Tom Seaver. And a base hit for Kepler. So a good way to start the inning.
Batting eighth, shortstop, Jorge Polanco.
Oh, he totally ripped that hit. And here's Jorge Polanco. And there's a ball inside with a curve, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. And popped him up there with there in the rain. Nice catch out in center. Especially with raindrops dropping in your face. And there's one away, and here's Danny Espinosa.
Second baseman, Danny Espinosa.
So knocked his first home run first game against Boston. And a ground ball. There's 1, and there's 2. And Espinosa grounds into a double play. Doesn't like the call. He felt he beat it out. But as we go away, we'll take another look at it. Hard to say. And here's Jonathan Shoup, second baseman, 27 years old. So Arduzzi is second Inning of work right to, oh my goodness, better beat him there. There's one away. Yep, very close.
Right fielder,
And here's Mitch Haniger. Baltimore's really hoping the best for him. And popped him up. And there is 2 away. As Kepler takes care of that one.
third baseman, Mike Franco.
And here's Michael Franco, who started his career with the Philadelphia Phillies. And a ground ball here. And 1, 2, 3 inning. So again, nice pitching for Doozy. And 1, 2, and 3 is going to be leading off for the Twins as we head to the third. Now Gibson getting up in the bullpen. As yes, this is spring. And there's the ball outside with the slider. 2 balls, 1 strike. I don't think Seaver will go past the third inning. Now, woo, right to the third baseman. That was really ripped. And there's one away. It's Buxton. And here's Zach Granite, drove in an RBI on the sac fly. Now, if we can just do little things like that, then we'll be in good shape this season. And there's a deep drive and caught on the warning track. And here's Harmon Killebrew, laced a gap shot double. And a ground ball right to short. And there's a 1, 2, 3 inning. So Seaver calms down from that interesting first inning. 2 runs given up, but since then shut down. And 8, 9, and 1 going to come up for the Birds. And here's Danny Ortiz. And there's the foul ball. And there's another foul ball. So, yeah, the big race this year, of course, in the East and then the Central. Cleveland has won the Central last 2 seasons in a row. The Twins would like to break that streak. But so would the Tigers and the Royals and everyone else. Oh, nice try there for Blanco at short. Couldn't come up with it. And a base hit for the O's. Oh, he really tagged that one for a base hit. So here's Chance Sisco. And there's a strike. So feel free to put in your predictions and feel, how do you think your Twins will do this season? Maybe what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are. Feel free to put in in the chat section there. See. And there's a ground ball right to Killebrew. No chance to get the man at second base, but 2 away. And here's Yonder Alonso. And there's a foul ball. And pop this one up. Looks like Kepler's got it in a 1-2-3 inning, so nicely done. Twins still lead at 2-0 as we go to the 4th inning. 4, 5, and 6 coming up. And here's old Nuxie, Phil Necro. And Miguel Sano is the first one to greet the old knuckleballer. The old knuckleball, 4-seam, fastball, curveball, and a screwball. And Sano worked himself a walk there, so consider himself very fortunate. Hard, yeah, looks like he held up in time. And here is Peter Ikeda. A lot of high hopes on this young man. And foul ball. I got pretty good cut and rip at that knuckleball. Oh my goodness, boy, that dropped right in there. So strikeout for Phil Negro. And watch how this thing just dipped right in perfect position as Ikeda was just frozen. And here's Adrian Gonzalez. And that is a lace hit. Oh no, and Gonzalez has hung out to dry as he tried to turn and go back to first base. So, but that did allow Sano to get over to third base. And now Kepler with 2 outs, a chance to drive him in. Oh, not going to do it here unless he drops it out in the outfield. And there's a 1-2-3 inning, so good chance there, but nothing going on there. So a hit, and still 2-0 Twins as we go to the 4th inning. So Kyle Gibson will come in the game. 33 games last season, 11-0 record, 3.98 ERA. Yeah, he has made it to the majors. He has been sent back down to AAA. Hard to say exactly where he fits, but he seems to do very well in long relief. And got him with that slider. So very good job there. 1 away.
First baseman number 19, Chris Davis.
And here's Chris Davis. So 0-2 count to Davis. And got him with a 2-seam fastball. So two batters, 2 strikeouts for Kyle Gibson.
Number 6, Jonathan.
And here's Jonathan Shoup. As he has a 1-1 count on him. And there's a foul ball. And there's a ball. So it'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes. And got him with the slider. So 3 batters. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. Nicely done for the nicely done as the rain continues to pound on us as the Twins still lead at 2-0.
Your attention, please.
And here's Jason Aquino.
Number 64.
there's a nice changeup. And Alec Asher up in the Orioles bullpen. So 4-seam slider, changeup, 2-seam fastball. As he put a little charge into that one, but not going to go very well. Got to the warning track, but no further than that. So 1 away, and here's Espinoza grounded out in the second inning. And he has a 3-1 count on him. And that is tagged into center field. So Espinoza gets on base.
Up next for the Twins, center fielder, Byron Buxton.
And here's Byron Buxton, triple his first time, came home and scored. And there's a ball on the outside. And boy, that is a tough play, and still got the out. Good dig out by Davis at first base. So 2-way, and here's Zach Granite. So Granite drove home Buxton in the first inning of that 2-run first. And there's a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2-way. Did he hold up? Oh, yes, he did hold up just in the nick of time. It was on the corner. And this ball will be caught in the outfield. 1-2-3 inning. So the Twins go quietly. 1 hit. That was Espinoza, and that's pretty much all they got. So bottom of the 5th inning, still 2-0. And here's Mitch Aniger. Against Kyle Gibson.
1-2.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's a foul ball into the seats. And another foul ball, so still 1-2. And kind of got the tip end on it. And there's 1 away. So Killebrew takes care of that one, and here's Michael Franco. So 1-1 count. Ooh, he got a little bit of pop on that one, goes foul. And another foul ball. And another foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this is going to reach the seats too, so fans staying busy. And got with that slider. I tell you, Kyle Gibson's slider has certainly become a massive weapon. And here Danny Ortiz base hit his last time up. And there's a nice strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Oh, we just missed the corner. So 2-2. Gibson knows he would have loved strike 3 right there. And got him. So 1-2-3 inning as the Birds go down. 1, 2, 3. Go to 6th inning. Minnesota still up 2-0.
Your attention, please.
And here's Alec
Now
Asher.
Number 51, Alan Asher.
So here's Asher against Killebrew. And there's ball 1.
That's inside.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. Ooh, there's a strike downstairs. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a ball inside, so 3-2. So full count to Harmon Killebrew. Yeah, they are pitching him very carefully. And did he go? No, he did not, so it'll be a walk for Killebrew.
Up next for Minnesota, third baseman.
And here is Miguel Sano with no threat at first base. And there's a nice hit, so put first and second with no one out. And a horrible throw back to the infield. But we really have no speed demons on base, so the guys will just stay right where they're at. And here's Peter Akita. So Orioles in double play. And ground ball, there's 1. And he did beat it out this time. So just 1 out at second base, and that puts Killebrew at third base. Yeah, that's a very nice hit. As you can see with the rain, that has really made the dirt very choppy and tough. And there's a ball downstairs to Adrian Gonzalez. And a ball outside, so 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Oh, popped him up. Gonzalez, green light on 3-1, popped it up, so 2 away. And here's Max Kepler, single in the second inning. And see if he can drive home a run here. And a foul ball. Now he's been capable of taking those high pitches and driving them into the outfield. And there's a ball with the curve, so 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kepler trying to extend the lead to 3-0. And that is juice, and that is out of here. So a 3-run homer for Max Kepler, his first of the spring. And that jacks it to 5-0 Minnesota. And good thing short fences are here in Dave Palm Field here, because at home in Minnesota, that's bouncing off the right field wall. And that ball was out of here. And at home, no doubt, that is a double off the right field wall. And there's a ball. Yep, Max Kepler with a nice hit. And another gap shot here. I tell you, they are just living on the gap shots in so far this early spring. We'll take that any day of the week.
Now batting, second baseman, Danny Espinosa.
Now Espinosa as Polanco hits a nice double, And here's Espinoza. And there's a ground ball. If it wasn't for the rain, we should have 10 runs. So Max Kepler with his big 3-run homer gives us that 3-0 lead. So here's Wade LeBlanc. 39 appearances last year, 5-0 record, 1 save. And there's a nice swing and miss at the fastball. And there's a nice cutter on the outside. Sano. And 1 away.
The batter, number 1, shortstop, Tim Beckham.
And here's Tim Beckham, 0 for 2 in the game with 2 groundouts. And nice placement with that fastball. And got him with that changeup. So Wade LeBlanc, nice pitching there, 2-way. And here's Yonder Alonso. And there's a foul ball. Was with the Mets last season, and then the Mets decided not to bring him back. And Blanco, he's got time as he does not run that fast. So 1-2-3 inning. Wade LeBlanc does his job, and we go to 7th inning. So welcome back. 2 in the first, 3 in the 6th. Nothing for the Birds, as the Twins lead 5-0 right now. And here's Carter Capps. And here's Buxton. So here's Buxton again. Yep, stretch. And there's 1 away. Now Buxton, his job is going to be make sure he gets on base and steals bases this season. And here's Zach Granite. Oh, bullet shot right to short. Beckham gets it and 2 away. And here is Harmon Killebrew, 1 for 2 in the game. And it is out of here. So his second home run of the spring, 411 feet for Harmon, and it's 6-0 Minnesota. And that ball was tagged. Yeah, no doubt he's ready for his season to start. Kind of get back on the home run chase again. And here is Miguel Sano, who inherits a 3-1 count. And a ground ball to the shift. And this ball, ooh. So ground out, but Harmon Killebrew hits a solo shot. Twins lead at 6-0 as the 7th inning stretch is upon us.
attention, please.
So Tyler Duffy will come in the game. 14th appearance, 13 appearances last season, no record, no saves, 3.86 ERA, 21 strikeouts. And former A's and former A's and Minnesota man Danny Valencia. Ooh, Duffy missing with that curve. So Miguel Rojas. And there's a foul ball, goes in the seats. So bottom of the 7th inning. And another foul ball. So I'm guessing they're... And ground ball. Better hurry. And he does get him at first base. So we won't get the 2. But we'll get the single out there. And here's Mark Trumbo. And you have to be wary of this guy. He can hit the long ball. Ground ball right to second. And 2-way. So Espinosa, nice play there. Not waste time, just go ahead and get the out at first base. And here's Anthony Santander. And there's a foul ball. And got him with the changeup. So 1, 2, 3 inning. So right when the O's feel like they got something going, nothing really becomes of it. So Danny Valencia will play in left field. And Anthony Santander will play right. And Johnny Hart will take over the pitching. And Sean Rodriguez will take over at first base. And Morez will take over at second. And here's Peter Ikeda. 1 for 3 in the game. So Ikeda is going to call time. And we got Felix Jorge. And we'll have Addison Reed warming up. And there's a ball downstairs. So Garcia and Hector Rodon up in the bullpen. And right to the shift. And there's one away. And here's Adrian Gonzalez. So 1 for 3 in the game. As they are not in the shift this time. When he was with the Dodgers, that's all they did. So 2-way. And here's Max Kepler, 2 for 3 with a home run, and drove in 3 RBIs on that 3-run homer. Does not hit for power. He mostly hits for contact, kind of like Joe Mauer. But he does swing a good bat. And there's a 1, 2, 3 innings. So Jorge will come in the game as the Twins still lead at 6-0. So Felix Jorge will come in. Pitched in 4 games last season, 1-0 record, 4.26 ERA, and 5 strikeouts. And now
This change for the Twins. Now playing center field, number 24, Danny Santana. This change for the Twins.
The Brock Stassi will take over at first base.
Number 51, Brock Stassi. Your attention, please.
And Jason Castro will take over behind the plate.
Catching, number 15, Jason Castro. This change for the Twins.
And Kyle Blake
Playing third base, number 94.
will go in at third base. Oh, Kyle Blake. And there's a foul ball. And another foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a beach ball made its way onto the field. And fouled this one off, also 1 ball, 2 strikes. And popped him up. So looks like Kyle Blake is going to take care of this one. 1 away. So Danny Ortiz, 1 for 2 in the game, single in the 3rd inning. And a ground ball, nice play. Will he get him? What a play there, Brock Stassi. Nice dig. And Jorge Polanco with a nice jump throw there at short, a la Derek Jeter. So 2 away. And here's the catcher. And fouled this one off. So still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, made him look silly on that slider. 1, 2, 3 inning. So end of the 8th inning, going to 9th. Minnesota still leads at 6-0.
Your attention, please.
And Hector Rodon, 80 appearances last season, 6-0 record, no saves, 1.74 ERA, 98 innings done. And here's Jorge Polanco, 1 for 3 with a double. And then nice throw. Gets a 2-1 count. And wrap the middle for a base hit. Yep, jammed them. So Polanco gets on base.
Second baseman, Danny Espinosa.
And here's Danny Espinosa. Ooh. And there's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on that very quick fastball. So ball upstairs, 2-2. So Addison Reed will come in the 9th, try to finish off the O's here. And there's a bullet shot, but it will be caught. So 1 away.
Now batting, the center fielder, Danny Santana.
Oh, here's Danny Santana. Played for the Braves last season and then signed by the signed by the Twins in the offseason. And that is probably why, because he is a very good opposite field hitter.
The left fielder, number 8.
He just has a very quick bat too, but if you put a changeup right there down the middle, boy, anybody's going to hit that thing. So full count. And a ground ball. Nice play there by the second baseman. Not going to get him at first. So good hustle down the line. So 2-away for Stassi. Here's Brock Stassi. So who's at first base? Oh, Zach Granite. And here's Brock Stassi. And a base hit there. Another run comes in. And it's 7-0. So now we gave up 6 runs in the first game. And so far the pitching has done very well in giving up nothing here in the second game of the spring training season here. And here is Kyle Blake with 2 on, 2 out. And there's a ball downstairs in the close to the dirt. So 2 balls, 1 strike. As this is driven, but gave up 2 hits, but nothing else other than that. Twins got 1 run. Yeah, 1 run, 2 hit, and it's 7-0. So Addison Reed will come in the game. 17 appearances last season, 1-0 record, 1 save, 188 ERA. And Caleb Joseph will come in the game now and try to finish this thing off. As this ball is tagged, but should be catchable. As Kepler runs it down, 1 away. And here's Oliver Ramos. He's one to Oh, 2 balls, 1 strike count. And 2-2. So fastball, slider, cutter, and a changeup. And a foul ball there, so still 2-2. And got him with a slider, 2 away. So I tell you. And here's Danny Valencia. So full count. Last hope for the O's right here. And there's a foul ball. And this ball is drifting. Going to hit the seats though. And got him with a slider. So Addison Reed comes in, does the job. And that is a good start to the spring training season. So 2-0 go the Twins in 2 preseason games. So Carmen Killebrew 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, and an RBI. Max Kepler 2 for 4 with a home run, 3 RBIs. Byron Buxton started it off with a triple and then came home on a sac fly to give the Twins part of that 2-run first inning. And then Orduzzi did the job. So Kepler and Killebrew with home runs. Kepler with 3 RBIs in this game. Killebrew drove in his 4th. Granite his 3rd. Ikeda his 2nd. Stassi drove in his first RBI of the season. So Orduzzi went 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and gets the win. Gibson, LeBlanc, Duffy all get credit for the hold as they gave up. Look at this. Gibson, LeBlanc, Duffy, Jorge, and Reed all gave up no hits the rest of the way. So amazing job by the bullpen. And 12 strikeouts total for the pitchers. And for the O's, Seaver gets the loss, 3 innings, pitched 4 hits, 2 runs, given up 1 strikeout. Necro gave up nothing. Asher gave up the 3-run homer. Caps gave up the solo shot, and then Rodon gave up the other run for the 7-0 win for the Twins. So Seaver gets tagged with the loss in spring training. So other than that, not too bad. Twins were off to a good start. Yes, the bullpen was phenomenal indeed. Now, if we can get that type of effort during the regular season, boy, that would be great. So, yeah, I'm not going to go too far with spring because spring does last a long time. So, and I know most of us want to get to that first game of the regular season. So, which once we get through spring, then we'll start in with the regular season, see how we're going to be looking like there. But we'll see. Overall, I think the team is looking pretty good. We went 88-74 last season, and this season, our management team is expecting us to win the division, or actually reach the postseason this year. Our expectation last season was to win the division. We came close, but that was a very tough. We were down 7 games to the Indians. We were at one point half a game from the wild card spot, and then after that we just could not catch a break last season, as we just went through a horrific stretch in which we won some, lost some, and when you go through that, you're just not going to be very successful in the long run. So we're hoping to do much better this season coming up. So a lot to prepare for. And also, like I said, the home run chase towards the all-time record with Babe Ruth and everyone else. We will keep abreast of that throughout the season, and also see if Miguel Cabrera of the Detroit Tigers can get to 500 home runs this season also. So there's going to be, to go along with this season, 2019, we're going to be looking at a lot of other games besides the Twins. So it should be a lot of fun. I certainly hope you will join us for the ride this season. So we got a lot to cover this season. Baseball, basketball, a lot of good stuff. Soccer, we're still going to continue on with both PES and FIFA. Yes, we can't forget about our Celtics with PES, and then of course FIFA with Borussia Dortmund. So we still have a lot more other stuff to go through. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. Lady, Mike, and everyone else that joined us here tonight. Mr. Sneaky, thank you very much for joining the stream tonight. I certainly do appreciate that. And sorry for the late start. Kind of happens when you have two boys who are not ready to go to bed, even though they're supposed to be in bed. Takes a lot out of you. So, yes, it's definitely, I would have to say, it's 2019 is going to be a most interesting year of who possibly can make the playoffs, all that good stuff, and how the division will be looking towards as the season continues on. So we'll see how that goes. So yes, I will most definitely do that. So until tomorrow night, I certainly do appreciate Mike, Lady. Have yourself a pleasant evening. Enjoy your Sunday. Hopefully it doesn't get too much colder for y'all right now. I can tell you right now, the says on my phone that the temperature outside for us right now is 32 degrees. It's 2 degrees below almost 2 degrees towards freezing. By Tuesday, we're supposed to have like mid-20s temperatures for the low when I start back at work. So it's going to be a chilly week. Yes, they are wonderful to keep us off schedule. So most definitely. So until tomorrow night, same time as always, 9:30 till midnight, and I will decide what to go with for tomorrow night. But we just have a lot to cover. The 2019 season, the NBA season, the Celtics, soccer, Borussia Dortmund. We got a lot to generate with, so we'll see. A lot of decisions to be made. So until tomorrow night, I will see everyone then. Have yourself a pleasant evening. Be safe out there. Enjoy your Sunday. It's snowing there. I have no doubt it is snowing there. Makes you happy. You went from the Metrodome to the stadium you got now. So in case you go to any games, you can still stay warm. So most definitely. So until tomorrow night, have yourself a great evening. As always, tell those closest to you love them. And as always, I love y'all's support. Thank y'all very much. So appreciative. So until then, have a good night, and I will see everyone tomorrow night.